What's going on, everybody? First and foremost, extremely excited to be one of the individuals to welcome you to the iMarketsLive platform. And you know what? Whether you are brand new and you're watching this video, or maybe you've been a part of the platform for a little while and you're watching it again, or maybe you've been on a platform for part of the platform for a couple weeks, and we're really getting into the swing of things, and you just want a refresher, guys, welcome. I've been involved with iMarketsLive for 2 years. So since November of 2015, I'm shooting this video in September of 2017. So 23 months. When I came into the platform, I was completely clueless to what Forex was. And also, kind of clueless to how much of an impact this skill set would make on my life. I will say that at this point in time, I'm not a professional trader. I by no means mastered the skill set, but I'm humble enough to say that I've become consciously competent about how to attack the market or let the market attack me, how to approach the market or let the market approach me. I've understood so many different types of strategies, and I also understand very vividly what it takes for the newest person to come in and utilize this platform. And today, as you guys can see, this video will be the most pivotal piece now that you've made that decision to come on board, get started, and take this skill set serious. My goal is to give you the information in this video that will set you up for massive success, not just short term, but long term. And so on this video, guys, we're going to talk about mindset. We're going to talk about expectation. We're going to talk about risk management and proper utilization. I promise you that if you give your undivided attention to the length of this video, that you will walk away feeling great about this decision, and you will set your sail for success. If you're a leader in the business and you're sharing this with other people, make sure that they get, this video. If you're a customer and you want to share this with a few friends, make sure that they get this video, because for the next X amount of time, I'm going to pour into you the things that I've learned and the things that I understand that really make this an amazing opportunity. And so I do not know how much time this is going to take before I pre-record it, but I am conscious of your time because I know that time is extremely valuable. And so with that being said, guys, let's get started. So the mindset of trading is often misunderstood. And that's why I wanted to start this video, to approach the mindset portion of this the right way. Now, you may have been introduced by a stranger or a great friend, or you may have come across a video on YouTube, or maybe you were invited to a presentation and you saw this and you're excited. But what I want to urge you right now is to open up your mind to what it really takes to build a skill set. Open up your mind to, the skill sets that we perfect in life and how long they actually take to perfect. I read a great book called Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, and he studied super successful people like the Beatles or Mozart or Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. And one thing that correlates between all super successful people, people that tend to master something, is the fact that they put in about 10,000 hours to the craft, 10,000 hours into the craft before they really get to that level of mastery. Now, the beautiful thing about our platform, iMarketsLive, is that you can earn, while you learn. And this is Forex, right? Which is the largest financial market in the world. And so mastery here could be, crazy results, 6, 7, maybe even 8 figures, which is not unheard of. It's not, obviously not everybody's going to put in the effort that it takes to build that type of a skill set, but not unheard of. Most importantly, I know that $150, $200, $500, $1,000 a month can change a lot of lives around the globe. And to get to that point, through some of the stuff that I'm going to show you guys, just a simple understanding, it's not far-fetched. So really my goal for you, my wish for you, my encouragement for you is to embrace this journey for the next 6 months, 12 months. Look, I'm a person who isn't really crazy about making commitments, but when we're talking about financial literacy, we're talking about the largest financial market in the world. This is something worth committing to. And I'll tell you guys right now, like I said in the beginning, I came into iMarketsLive completely, undecided about if this was something that I was going to take serious, completely unsure about what Forex really was, but I committed to it because I understood what it could become. And so the mindset tonight is to take what I teach you in this video about proper risk management, proper approach, okay? Proper utilization of the education and the services and the tools that are provided, and go on a journey for the next 90, 180 days at least. And I say that because you know what? If I tell you to commit to this for 2 years, you'll probably get scared, right? And so I'm going to tell you, look, fall in love with Forex for the next 90 days. And at the end of the 90 days, you're going to be all in. I've watched tens of thousands of people get started on a trading journey, and I've never watched anybody fully abandon Forex. You know, sometimes something comes up and they step away, but once you understand the power, potentially using this beautiful device or your laptop or your tablet to go out and create a financial future, a skill set in a $5+ trillion per day industry, you're all in. And so there's a little bit about the mindset and the expectation. The expectation with iMarketsLive is that we are an educational platform. Our goal as a company is to educate, empower, and enrich 1 million customers before the end of 2020. And so in order to do that, we need to focus on helping a lot of people do very simple things to get results and stay committed. And so the expectation with the platform is that, look, we've got some good traders. We got some I stand behind our traders because I have relationships with all of them. I have friendships with a lot of them, and I get to trade with a lot of them on our platform. And guys, consistency, absolutely. Are they perfect? Absolutely not. So I'm going to set the expectations perfect for you right away. No matter what product or service you are using, our goal as a company is to help you make progress. Tony Robbins says the key to happiness is progress. So our goal as a leadership team, as a trading team, and as a corporate team is to help you make progress on a day-to-day basis. We do not by any way, shape, or form promise that you're going to get rich quick. We don't promise that you're going to win. Of course, that's our goal, right? We're not in business if you're not winning. But what we do promise is that you will continue to make progress because us as a company, we are dedicated to that progress. And so the expectation is, look, you're going to win and you're going to lose. And if you can apply some of the simple strategies that I teach you today about risk management, about approaching the market and approaching every single trade the right way, I can tell you that I've used this strategy to win more than I lose and to continue to make progress over the last 2 years. And I'm here. I'm excited. Let's get down to some of the practicals. And so one of the first things I'm going to go through is one of the first things that I go through with every single group, every single person that I train personally, because I believe once you understand this information, okay, then you can run free. Because it took me 6 months to figure this out by myself. Nobody taught me this. See, for the first 6 months, I was kind of lost. And so I said, look, let's keep it. This is really simple to understand. And I've been spelling this out, writing it on napkins around the world, and people go nuts once they understand this particular piece, okay? And so let's get to it. First off, you are going to hear the word PIP, okay? A PIP is a price interest point, okay? And I'm going to go through and show you guys the products, and you can get this information like pips and lot sizes in the IML Academy, but I really want to teach you some of the basics. So don't worry about like if you don't get it right away, you'll get it in the Academy. Just follow along with me and take some good notes while we go through this. So that way when you revisit, it becomes concrete. So a PIP is a price interest point. That word PIP is going to be a massive piece of your vocabulary, and that's what we're after, right? As traders, we're trying to earn pips in the market, okay? So I'm going to show you how money's made in Forex and why you need to commit to this long term. So it starts with pips. Let's say in a Forex transaction, you always have one currency being traded for the other. I'm going to use good old faithful Euro USD, okay? So Euro USD is one of the most popular. I'm referencing my phone because I'm going to go here to MetaTrader 4, which is the application that we use, okay? And it shows you the market, as you guys can see. So we get the prices in the market. Now, the current Euro USD price when I'm making this training right now is 1.19120, okay? And what I want to show you is that this right here in the green box is your PIP, okay? So the fifth digit from the left and the second digit from the right is your pip. Now, if there's only 5 digits, the last digit is your pip. And so very rarely you'll find maybe a broker that doesn't include micro pips. I haven't seen it in a long time, I'm going to be honest. And most of the brokers that you're going to be advised to use by different leaders or whatever, they have 6 digits in the exchange price. And so there you go. Now you know what to do, right? The 5th digit from the left is your pip. And then this little guy right here, I'll put a circle around it. Actually, no, it's going to be a little bit too cluttered. Let me just draw an arrow. This little guy right here, okay, is your micro, okay? So now you understand, okay, boom, that's a pip. Now how does this work? Let's say we buy, actually, let me jump into lot sizes next, okay? So lot sizes, there are 3 different classifications for a lot size. Your 0.01 is a micro. Okay, 1 micro equals roughly 10 cents per pip. A mini lot equals $1 per pip. And a standard lot equals $10 per pip. There's certain circumstances, rare circumstances, that you'll see this a little bit off, okay? But for most of the major pairs, this is going to be very accurate. It's going to give you an estimate. Approximates is what we're after, right? We're just after certain, goals, and this is a really good way to calculate it, okay? So if you see it a little bit off, you'll understand that there's certain pairs that calculate pips a little bit differently. Most of them, this is going to be the rule of thumb. So that's why I teach this method. Easy to understand, okay? Now, what you guys see here is that per pip, we get to dictate before we go into the trade how much we're willing to risk per pip. Obviously, so what you put on the table is what you could lose. This is where Forex gets really, really exciting, because let's say we buy Euro USD, right? The price right now is 119120. If we buy it, we obviously want that price to go up, right? Because we're buying the euro, so we're buying a chunk of the euro versus the US dollar. So if the value of that euro goes up, we're going to make some money. And then when we close the trade, essentially we're selling it back and we're keeping that profit, right? That's how it works in the big Forex world. In the digital world, we basically just press buttons, and if you buy at the right time and it goes up, you make money. If you sell at the right time and it goes down, you make money. So let's say we buy the Euro USD at 1.19120 and the price goes to 1.19. Let's do 620. I like using 50 pips as a really solid concrete number, okay? And so as you guys can see here, we have an increase of 50 pips, right? We got 50 pips. So one of my rule of thumbs, another rule of thumb, and I'm going to come up here in the top left corner. So one of my rule of thumbs is, especially in the beginning, okay, understand a few key principles. I always say this: if you can make it in a blank, you need to be okay with losing it in the same blank, right? This is just part of the understanding, okay? Risk to reward, proper risk to reward mindset is, if you can make $10 in a day, you need to be okay with losing that same $10, right? Losing $10 in that same day. If you can make it in a week, you can lose it in a week. Make it in a month, you could lose it in a month. And so don't be celebrating your victories if you're not okay with taking losses of that same caliber. It's a really good mindset to have in trading, because everybody wants to make money, but part of trading is dealing with losses. No trader is perfect. Great traders are about 70 to 80% accurate. Anybody who tells you that they're more accurate than that, it could be true. I'm not downplaying it. It could be true, but that would probably take years and years and years of experience. And maybe that's in a small enough sample size that they're saying, hey, I've been trading for 2 months, I'm 90% accurate. Most of the time, the market's going to catch up to you, and great traders sit around 75 to 80, maybe 85% win percentage, which is, guys, phenomenal, because when you learn these risk to reward strategies, you'll always be on top in the long run, okay? And so if you can make it in a blank, you can lose it in a blank. Simple. Now, in the beginning, I also tell people, start low, turn up the volume as you move forward, right? So with your lot sizes, it is always, always, always best to start with low lot sizes, okay, and move those lot sizes up as your account grows, as your knowledge grows, as your confidence grows. Because what a lot of people do is they see, somebody else posting, a standard lot, and they try to trade a standard lot, but it's too much for their account or too much for their knowledge or too much for where they're at right now. And you're potentially risking your account and your Forex journey because you're jumping the gun. And so I've seen a lot of people who, build, jump to a big lot size, blow the account, and then they give up when they're, 2 months along in the journey. Guys, I want you to last, because if you're here in a year from now, 2 years from now, and you're trading, you're going to be in good shape. And so start low and turn up the volume as you move forward. That applies to everything that I'm going to teach you. Every product usage, every utilization of different traders and sessions and all these different things. Start low and end turning up the volume as you feel more comfortable. Okay, so my rule of thumb, especially for beginners, is 0.01 per 250, 500, 1,000. I'm going to show you there's different levels, and it really all depends on the type of trading you're doing and the size of the stop loss. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys, because look, there's a lot of different styles of trading. There's intraday trading where you might be, taking higher lot sizes with smaller stop losses, or bigger stop losses with lower lot sizes for a swing trade. And so it's hard to tell somebody, okay, here's the direct rule of thumb, because there's a bunch of different styles, and you'll find your style, right? You'll find a swing trading style, which is more of a patience and a longer term deal, or maybe you're hyperactive and you're doing intraday trading and scalping, and you'll find your niche in trading. But most importantly, I've found that when I teach people how to calculate that risk, that's when they do very well. So number one, guys, you want to identify your stop loss, okay? Your stop loss. So if you're using swipe trades, the traders are going to recommend, say, a 50 pip stop loss, okay? So let's recommend a 50 pip stop loss, okay? And we're going to have a $1,000 account. All right, so let's say we're going to use a 0.02. You know what? Let me do this. Let's do a $500 account, simple. And we're going to trade a 0.01. I think a 0.01 per 500 in the beginning of your trading is phenomenal, no matter what you're doing. That way you get a taste of it, and it's a big enough margin for you to have some losses, but not feel a big hit on your account. I'm going to show you guys exactly how to do this, right? So a $500 account, okay? And I'm going to leave some of this stuff up, so I hope this isn't confusing, but let me just block this part off so we can focus over here now, okay? So a $500 account, 0.01, so 1 micro. Now, if 1 micro is 10 cents per pip, and we have 50 pip stop loss, the total risk on this trade is going to be $5. So, right, so let me I don't want to skip a beat here. I want to be very $5 total risk, approximately. Remember, you're going to have some commissions and different factors, but you're going to be right around $5. Now, everything in Forex is going to come down to percentages. Professionals count by percentages, measure everything by percentages. Amateurs count money. Okay, so anybody who's telling you, look, I made $100 today, they're still in that growing phase, right? The mindset of a professional, that's not a bad thing, right? It doesn't, I don't want to de-edify your friend who's saying, look, I'm making $500 a day, but I want to teach you guys the professional and correct way to talk about your progress. And the professional way to talk about your progress is to talk about percentages, okay? And you'll see why. So check this out. A $5, so you get a calculator. Everybody's got a calculator on your phone. $5 divided by your account size, okay? So you take your potential risk, and you can do this with your targets as well. If your take profit is 100 pips, same deal, guys. Potential risk reward, okay, divided by account size, okay? So you take your potential risk reward divided by your account size. So what you will see here is that a $5 total risk with a 50 pip stop loss is 1%, 1% risk. So you may say, well, I'm okay with risking 3% on this trade. Guess what you do? You do a 0.03. You increase right here you increase your lot size, right? So 0.03 per 500 equals 3% with a 50 pip stop loss, so forth and so on, okay? And so I believe that every single individual, even if you're using swipe trades and people are giving you, kind of a path to follow, or you're using the auto traders and you're not even the one doing the trades, you may be hooking it up one time, you should still be watching this training because you'll understand your wins and your losses. And that's very, very, very important, okay? Very, 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 very important. And so I hope this is super clear for you guys. Now, real quick, I want to show you something. If we catch 50 pips on Euro USD, I love painting this long-term vision for people. And let's say David has a $100,000 account, right? Let's say Alex has a $10,000 account. Let's say Jason has a $1,000 account, okay? Now, 50 pips, and I'm trading, let's say, a 0.02, right? So I make what? $10 profit for Jason. Oh, you know what I should do? I should come back here. Let's keep it organized, right? So 50 pips times 0.02 equals $10, right? Which is 1%. Alex has a bigger account, same exact trade, except he's using a 0.20, right? So he makes what? $100, which is 1%. Now let's say David with the $100,000 account, same 50 pips, guys. We're in the same trade. We all took the same trade, but he's trading two standards. He makes $1,000, which is 1%. And so this is why I am so passionate about trading. And this is why I get I get on people when they want to give up in the first 30, 60, 90 days, because I'm like, look, you don't get it yet. And I hope you guys get it. And I'm speaking from the heart. And I hope you guys get it that, look, it doesn't matter how much money you have in your account right now. It doesn't matter how much money you're making in the first year or 2 years. What matters is that you are building the skill set that will eventually continue to grow as your account grows, as your skill set grows. You can compound and take that $1,000 to $3,000 and then to 5 and then to 10. And now you're trading 0.20, 2 minis instead of 2 micros. And eventually you'll be trading a standard instead of a mini. And then you'll be trading 10 standards instead of 1 standard. So let your account grow, let your skill set grow, and the money will continue to grow because everything is conducive about the same pips in the market and the percentages. That's why this is so powerful. And so now you guys understand in just a few minutes time why you need to take this platform serious. So let's talk about proper product utilization. Okay, what I did here was I pre-opened up some of the tools and stuff that you guys are going to need. I believe that every single person should start with the IML Academy. Okay, now the IML Train, I'm sorry. IML Train is your kind of like your Wikipedia, your resource center, and this is something that's always being worked on. Okay, so here in the Academy, you can actually type in some questions. How do I use my broker? As you guys can see, how do I prospect? How do I use swipe trades? But what's really powerful is when you go to start here. Okay, and I'm not going to walk you through the entire website. You can go through it, but I just want to show you. I'll show you the product training, for example. Click the product tab, and you have your first 72 hours training. I'm sure this training is going to be a module in here. How to set up your MetaTrader 4, right? The module that we trade on. How to set up your Fusion Trader. How to set up swipe trades, FX signals, the Academy. So we're bringing you through every single product. There's PDFs in here. There's resources in here. There's videos in here. So this is a great place to go if you have questions about the products, right? If you're a business builder, there's some tools here, so forth and so on. And so let's move forward now to the back office, okay? Right now, you guys are going to see the customer end of the IML back office. The IML Academy is extremely powerful. Do not, now after you watch this video, you guys should go straight to the basics, right? Get through the basics. It's a 22 videos done by one of our top educators, Adeze Duncan, who is absolutely phenomenal. She put blood, sweat, and tears into this course. And here's what's awesome. On all these videos, you see the little CC button, and we have English for any people that want subtitles, or maybe there's a deaf client that wants to come in and learn. And I think that's amazing, right, that we have that available. Spanish subtitles and French subtitles, or no subtitles, right? So we have all these videos available. Now, the technical analysis course is incredible. I highly recommend everybody at least go through this course. If you're serious about trading, get through this. This is one of the most powerful courses I've ever seen in my life, and you'll be blown away. Really, really, really powerful. Some of the testimonials I've heard just from people watching this and then using the scanner and other stuff is just incredible. And then look, the rest of these videos are done by Chris Terry, guys, a very successful trader. I'm not going to talk about the type of money or anything like that. That doesn't matter. There's a lot of people who have a lot of money, but they don't empower and teach others. To me, it's more powerful that Chris has gone out of his way to let us inside of that mind. That's a powerful brain right there. The harmonics course, okay, we're going to talk about the scanner in a little bit, which I believe is one of the most powerful tools and things you have access to. And here, go study harmonics if you're going to want to learn how to use the scanner. Learn what each pattern is and why it's the way it is. Learn about different techniques and strategies and, sharpen the tool, right? So that's the academy. Now, you're going to get emails a few times a month called the Daily Swing Trades. What you do is you log in, click on this tab, and you have a video from Mr. Christopher Terry himself talking about the market. And he'll look at, a few different scenarios at a time and usually does some updates. And not only can you potentially follow these trades yourself by taking them, but you're learning from this. And, I was speaking to a guy today who's been, trading basically since I started with IML about 2 years. And he told me he's having major breakthroughs because of something he learned in the daily swing trades. Like, that's crazy, because most people are like, just look, can I copy Chris and make some money? But the right mindset is, can you follow Chris? Absolutely. But can you learn from a guy who's been trading for over 20 years, a few times a month? And what can you take from that? So the daily swing trades are a massive, massive, massive piece to the value in iMarketsLive. Now, the next step here you guys are going to see is IML TV. Now, we have English, Spanish, and German. Right now, the Portuguese is coming soon. And I'm just going to briefly show you the English side and what to expect. Guys, these traders, don't get overwhelmed. But take it day by day, right? So you have Sunday, you have a column for each day. And you could look and say, what's today's IML TV look like? I stand behind our educating team 150%. The people that are taking time to get on IML TV and watch these live tradings are exploding. All right. I've personally enrolled people who do not do anything but trade, and they're on IML TV almost every session. Down here, you have the buttons which you can click. Okay, so at all times, really throughout the day, we have people that are training and teaching and, pouring their hearts into what we do here. There's so many educators, and we're just getting ready to add more and more and more. And so this platform is crazy. And up here in the corner, you have the recordings, right? So you can actually use your login. And if you missed the session or you want to rewatch something, guys, all the recordings are available here as well. How powerful is that? So you have a database of all the recordings. Literally insane amount of value here. I recommend, if you're new, to start with the Daisy Duncan Forex 101. She puts so much love and passion into what she does. At least for the first week or two, get on there and just be a part of that beginner environment. And then you can move on, right? Some of the more advanced sessions are, like Christopher Derrick's London session. Mike Miles is extremely helpful. Intermediate, all these guys are amazing, guys, for real, for real. Steve Greger is like a 10 plus, I think 15-year trader. We're blessed to have him. The Forex chick, Stevenson, is amazing. And what's cool too is that Jed Rich and John Mark, so the harmonic scanner and the mega trade session, both of them focus on strategies for the harmonic scanner, which I think is priceless. So let's move on to this scanner. What are you talking about? What's this scanner? What's the scanner? Guys, right here, you have the tool of the century, imlharmonicscanner.com. Now, if you're serious about trading, I also recommend downloading the MetaTrader 4 version of the scanner. I just love it. It's got a few features that this one doesn't. Same principles, but I just love that scanner. It's amazing. But this one's great because it's mobile. It's on your it's on your laptop. It's on your phone. You can take it when you travel. You can be at work and check the scanner. And this thing's incredible, guys. You click this button, you can scan for patterns. Maybe you're already trading. You want to really practice, guys, before you start to use this. I never recommend somebody to just jump in cold turkey and start taking trades. You want to, get on Jed's live session. He's extremely good with the scanner, very helpful. Get on Joe Mark's session, get in the academy. Justin Adams has a great harmonic scanner training video as well. So there's a lot of good content out there. I'd study the tool for a little while before you actually start taking real trades on it, just so you understand some of the characteristics and things to look for before you get in. But guys, absolutely unbelievable tool. And this is one of our prized possessions here with iMarketsLive. And so let's talk a little bit about good old swipe trades. Guys, this tool is incredible. Now, here you have the Swipe Trades app, and on IML Train, you have access to the PDF and tutorial videos. So we go back to IML Train right over here in Swipe Trades, okay, module 4, and everything is here for you guys. How to use Swipe Trades with MetaTrader 4, okay? So very powerful. Take your time. It's very easy to copy and paste, but we want to make sure that before you start using swipe trades on a real account, you know all the ins and outs of what it takes. And you should look out for a video called Before You Use Swipe Trades that I'm going to create. Pretty quick 5 to 10 minute video just to bring you on some of the ins and outs. So look for that video as well here in the near future. Maybe it's even done now. Okay, but there's some great videos. How to use swipe trades right here. Phenomenal video. And it's in your back office, guys. So go to the Swipe Trades tab. Watch the How to Use Swipe Trades video. Very, very, very helpful. And if you have any questions, refer to the PDF. That PDF is also very, very, very helpful. Now, the last piece to the product line are our mirror traders, okay? Now, what's amazing about these is that it is hands-free, right? You can tap into real traders, okay, real people that are out there looking for opportunities. And every time they press a button, if you've chosen to connect to them, you're going to get their trade. Now, my approach to this is very simple. Follow the risk management strategies. So when you log in, you're going to go to My Account. You're going to click on Settings, okay? And because some of my account info is here, I already preset it up. But I'm going to show you guys, when you click on My Account and you click on Settings, okay, once your account is hooked up, you're going to be able to go here and you're going to be able to look at a few features. Number one, you're going to see Yoda, okay? Right here is where my trader is. I personally picked Yoda, but you can pick whatever trader you want. So you could pick Zeus, you could pick Optimus Prime, you could pick Mr. Consistency, so forth and so on. And now we have this tab here with the variable stop loss. I'm going to show you guys how to use it. Email alerts, yes or no, stop signal on or off, and you pick your own lot size. Now down here, there's a table, okay? In this table, you have maximum lot size and stop loss. Very, very, very important. Before you hook up to the Fusion Trader, okay, make sure that you pay attention to this next few minutes. My recommendation is to double the maximum lot size and use the first recommendation for the stop loss. Okay, so double the lot size, recommended lot size. So for Optimus Prime, 0.01 per 2,000. Mr. Consistency, 0.01 per 1,000. Explosive, 0.01 per 500. Dark Trader, same. Yoda, same. Zeus, same. For all of these traders, my recommendation is to double the maximum lot size and use the stop loss option. Mr. Consistency, 100 pips. If you like higher risk, Optimus Prime, solid option, 0.01 per 2,000. Okay, Explosive and Yoda, I would use a 50 pip stop loss, 0.01 per 500. And what's symbolic about that, guys? In the training before, I showed you that on a 0.01 per 500 with a 50 pip stop loss, you're risking $5 per entry, which is 1%. Okay, and so if you want to risk 2% per trade, go ahead and get in with a 0.01 per 250, but I don't recommend it because these traders are going to be entering multiple trades, sometimes 5, 6, 7, maybe 10 trades at a time. Each trader is a little bit different, but some of them are going to get into some trades. And so you don't want to be in a position where you've done 0.01 per 250, but there's 8 trades open because now you're holding a little more risk, right? You're potentially risking, let's say, 16% as opposed to 7 or 8% with multiple trades. It's a better approach to take your maximum lot size, double it, follow that stop loss option, the first one. If you're a little bit looser, you guys can pick the second option here. That's why we give for all the traders 2 options, sometimes 3. Personally, I don't recommend using no stop loss. But if that's Optimus Prime is one trader that has that option. So if you decide to go that way, just understand that you should probably be watching the trades, so forth and so on. So nonetheless, this is exciting. Now we're going to zoom over to FX Signals Live. Here, same deal, my account, and you're going to choose a trader. You have smooth sterling, crosses, pairs, and pips, the profit, trade setter, so forth and so on. Now, here, there's a second tab, okay? And I'm going to actually stop the share for a second because I got to get over. Okay, now let me get over here. Share screen. Let me get back. Okay, so the maximum drawdown is extremely important if you are a risk management junkie, okay? 10%, 20%, 30%, 40%, 50%. This feature is there to safeguard your account, okay? With this particular platform, it's copied by percentages, okay? So your money management should be set to percentage. Stop signal is only there, and it only should be on if you no longer want to receive trades from that master, okay? Your stop signal should be off if you're looking to get trades. Now, here you're going to look at your multiplier. Here's how you properly utilize the multiplier. You pick what trader you want to go, and you pick your deposit size, okay? This thing is super cool technology. So let's say I had a $5,000 deposit with the profit, okay? And I'm looking at, now here, my risk management. Now you guys are see the lot sizes will change here. So you'll see the average lot size that you would have got per trade. And so he's using a bunch of different strategies and a bunch of different lot sizes on his account because we're getting the percentage. So what the technology does is it takes, if he's risking 2%, it's taking on a one risk multiplier that same 2%. If you put it up to a 1.4 or 1.5, you're going to risk 3%. So if I'm willing to risk 3% per trade, I'm on a 1.5 multiplier. And here is the account size. Now, I was giving you guys an example. Every trader is going to have a different strategy. So don't say, oh, Jason said they're risking 2% per trade. I was giving you an example. So whatever they're risking per trade, if you want to, I personally, guys, on small accounts, I would start off with a 0.01 multiplier. Okay, you're going to get the lowest possible lot size. Okay, if you're a little more comfortable with being a little bit bigger, cool, bump it up, bump it up. This is a calculator here, and then you go upstairs, back to the other screen right here, and you actually pick your real multiplier. Understand? Perfect. So that's how this stuff works. I want to show you guys one more thing before we tune off on this training. Okay, let's go back here, and I want to show you a potential strategy that I think could be super profitable if you're going to use the mirror traders. And you would only really do this with a $1,000 or more account, okay? So what I would recommend is mitigating the risk by hooking up 2 traders at once. But remember, guys, you really only want to do this with $1,000. And so you can put swipe trades on the same account, or swipe and fusion on the same account, or fusion and FX Signals Live on the same account. But I don't know if I would recommend putting trades, you know, from fusion, FX Signals Live, and swipe trades on one account. You might want to, if you're going to use both mirror traders at once, you're probably going to want to go set up a different account for your live trading. And so I'm going to show you an example. And if you want to substitute out FX Signals Live for swipe and fusion, no problem, guys. Not a problem at all. Or substitute out fusion for swipe and FX Signals, not a problem. But again, if you're going to use all 3, just be careful, okay? So let's say you're using a low-risk trader here, which is 0.01 per 500, which we know is what? 1% per entry, okay? So normally, you're going to do that. But if you're going to use both, I would recommend at least starting with a 0.01 per 1,000, which is going to give you a 0.5% risk, okay? So this is the strategy. If you're going to hook up 2 at once, start with minimum 1,000, 0.01 per 1,000 on a low-risk trader. If you're going to use a higher-risk trader, do a 0.01, okay? If you're going to use a medium-risk trader, you can do a 0.01 per 1,000, but understand you're going to take a little bit of a bigger risk, right? So if you have 100 pips stop loss, 0.01 per 1,000, you're at 1%, which is fine. So a low or a medium risk trader with this is cool. If you're going to use one of the higher risk traders at 0.01 per 1,000 or 2,000, just understand you're going to be taking like 2% per trade on a 200 pip stop loss. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So low risk or medium risk trader, use a micro on Fusion to start, okay? If you want to use both. Then you can hook up FX Signals Live, And I recommend a 0.1 multiplier. Okay? A 0.1 multiplier on 1,000. Take small lot sizes. Greed will get you killed in this market. I'm telling you guys right now. If you feel comfortable after month 1, you can always go in and turn up the multiplier at any time. But start low. And remember, turn up the volume as you feel comfortable, right? So this strategy is great because you could have 2 traders getting into your account. And if both of them come out on the month, you could easily do, few percentage from this guy, few percentage from this guy. Now your account's making progress. And like we talked about, guys, progress is the key to happiness. So that's everything that you need. That's the mindset. That's the basics, the understanding, the fundamentals. And I'm going to continue to pour in, update this video at any time when it needs to be updated. So if you're watching this is the most up-to-date version possible. Share this with every single member of our amazing company, and we will move together as a team. We will make progress as a team, and we will have massive success as a family, marching towards our goal to educate, empower, and enrich at least, bare minimum, 1 million customers over the next 3 years. So guys, thank you so much. I do want to say that by no way, shape, or form am I giving you advice, financial advice. I'm sharing more so principles and techniques that have helped me understand the markets and become successful. iMarketsLive does not touch your money. We don't influence your money. You're actually the one making those decisions. And so at the end of the day, trade responsibly, okay? Follow these strategies, and I wish you the absolute best. I will see you at the top because the bottom is way too crowded. Welcome to iMarketsLive. Thank you for your time, and have a phenomenal future.